So I'm only going to take about 10 minutes of your time just to introduce myself, because if what I'm about to share really resonates with you, then my invitation is to book a discovery call and book and ask for your SoftPower profile to be done so that you can gain an understanding right here, right now, as we go into the last quarter of 2021 and understand just where you are. Are you on the edge of burnout? Maybe you're feeling that already, because for me, the intention as the menopause rock star is to help women show up without burning out. It is time to retire Superwoman. Too many of us are showing up frazzled, frumpy, trying to hold it all together, and then wondering why we're just left feeling depleted, evil, out of sorts, discombobulated, no longer connected to our true selves, but trying to show up and shine so brightly. And it's no wonder then that statistically we see, over a quarter of women on antidepressants. We see millennial women, so our younger sisters, are hitting burnout before they're even 30. And this is causing all kinds of problems, infertility, later in life as we move into perimenopause. It really is becoming a little bit of a concern. We're also seeing that 60% of women are more likely to suffer job stress and actually leave their work, and particularly for those women in the community who are maybe in their 40s and beyond, we often see women leaving work because they're no longer able to cope. So there has to be another way. And one of the ways that I want to share with you is understanding how to retire Superwoman, how to stop constantly showing up in that male energy of do. Now, don't get me wrong, we all know that there are times when we need to show up in our doing phase. But when we do that all day, every week, every month, every year, there comes a time when our bodies, our hormones, our minds just say, I'm done, I'm out of here, and we're left wondering just what went wrong. So we're looking for women to be able to show up from a place of collaboration, from a place of cooperation, from a place of heart-led entrepreneurship and business ownership. We don't just want to be frazzled and frumpy. And because there are so few role models for us, put your hands up if one, you recognize that you may be dancing with burnout, but two, can you think of many female leaders who are truly showing you how they are harnessing their female cycle, how they're working with their divine feminine energy, how they're achieving results and, hitting all their milestones, their targets, but doing it in a way where they stay replenished, they stay nourished, and they stay vibrant. Now, because many of us don't have any role models to work with, and we only see power that's sort of grounded in that masculine do, smash it, push forward, keep going even when you've got PMS, when actually that's maybe a time to do your admin. So I wanted to share with you the SoftPower types. There are 5 archetypes that I work with. These were all developed by an organisation called One of Many, because it's all about being one of many women who are ready to show up in this new type of soft power. And trust me, soft power means anything but weak. It's about truly harnessing what it means to be a woman in today's modern world, and allows us to, harness all of our energy. So we have the mother. And the mother isn't just about being the mother of little humans. You could be a mama of pets, but more importantly, you could be birthing a business, an activity. But the mother is all about creating a safe, nurturing, unconditional, loving space. And it's often where people come for safety and solace. So it's probably no surprise that many women show a high or an overexpressed mother power type, which means they often sacrifice themselves for others. So I want to be able to show you how you can use all of that nourishing, nurturing energy without sacrificing yourself or creating unhealthy attachments. We also work with the sorceress, who's all about the magic, the numinous, that connection with source, that working with Mother Nature and trusting the process, who's all about transformation and healing. So for many of us who work as healers, who work as therapists, we may find that we're very, very high in sorceress. But what we need to make sure with our sorceress is that she's not so up in the sky that she doesn't actually achieve results. So we need her to be grounded. And it's probably no surprise that most of the women in my community that I've been working with are very high in mother and sorceress. And then we have the three other archetypes. So we have the queen, who's all about setting boundaries. So if you're somebody who's struggling to set boundaries or sets them and then finds that they get all walked over, then maybe we need to help you to bring your queen up, to show you how you can be present from a place of humility, ease and grace, where people want to serve you, but serve you without laying down their lives. It's also about knowing who to have in your circle, who to seek counsel from, because for many of us, we have too many people in our circle and we're seeking counsel from the wrong people. And also if we're those sort of people pleasing, afraid to say no for fear of rejection, then our queen, that queen energy is really going to struggle. The queen also shows up in that week just before menstruation, and if she isn't replenished, if she isn't nourished, she turns up as the evil stepmother, the evil witch, rather than that beautiful, graceful, serene queen. So we also work with the power types through your cycle, and even if, like me, you're a postmenopausal woman who's no longer bleeding, we can still harness that energy because that cyclical energy is still in our body. We can work with the moon energies. So again, you can see how we can bring in that sorceress. For some women, it's the lover who is depleted, and the lover is all about self-care. She's about she's about devoted listening. She's about creating with life energy, giving and receiving of love and pleasure. She's where men come to feel masculine. And I think for many of us, we sometimes forget, particularly when we're in Superwoman, that if there are men in our lives, they need to feel masculine. They need to feel that they have a role to play, that they can provide. And quite often when we're in Superwoman, we kind of push our men to the side and don't give them a part to play. But the lover is also the center of self-care. So if you're somebody who struggles with honoring yourself, with providing and giving yourself daily self-care, and again, we're talking here beyond the bubble baths and, just slapping on some nice body lotion. It's that true honoring and accepting. It's that beautification of your space. And then finally, we want to talk about the warrioress, who's all about youthful athleticism. She's the part of you that fights for the cause, the Amazonian, that inner tigress, the get up and go. And if you're anything like me, I actually found that I'd worn out my warrioress. So, that was a real concern for me. And I've had to really work on bringing more fun, more play, more physical activity that doesn't wear me out into my life to bring my warrioress back up. The warrioress also defends your boundaries. So if she's feeling depleted, whilst the queen may have set the boundaries, it's the warrioress who protects them. So if she is not energized and feeling replenished, then she won't be able to defend your boundaries. And again, you could feel yourself being disrespected or walked all over. So if you're interested to know just what your power type profile is, then please feel free to message me and I can send you your personal token and a link to get your profile, and then we can have a 30-minute no obligation discovery call. Obviously linked into this, I have a 6-month container called The Calling. So it's all about calling you home, calling you back into balance, calling you to find that ability to harness what is that true inner feminine within you so that you can show up. But you can still have your profile and your discovery call, as I say, with absolutely no obligation. Our program will be starting in October, so that will be taking us over the 6 months, finishing 2021 and stepping into 2022 with this new soft power, so that you can keep showing up, serving, but making sure that you're always doing that from an overflowing cup. So thank you so much for allowing me to join you this evening, and I look forward to discovering who's intrigued enough to book a discovery call with me. Have an amazing evening. Thank you for listening, and obviously please press replay if you would like to come and join me. Take care, much love, goodbye.